will be due a payoff pitch here in the top of the first. Otts will throw the 3-2 payoff to him. Otts will come set, and here's the payoff. And that is ball 4 to Matthews. Matthews will walk a hit and error, first and second. Nobody out. Now Eli Birch will bat. Birch wears number 10. He's the catcher, 364 on the season as he comes to the plate for Jackson Prep here in the top of the first inning. Prep in business with an error and a walk here in the top of the first off Tyler Otts. Now the pitch to Birch. Now he'll ask for time as Otts and Wilson are trying to get together on the pitch. Now it looks like they're both on the same page as Birch will stand in and await the first pitch of his at bat. Goes to first. Crow will hold him on over at first base, and that will bring Matthews back to the bag. So yet to throw a pitch to the Jackson Prep catcher, Eli Birch. The pitch swung on. That one's fouled back out of play.
That foul ball is sponsored by Reynolds Pumping and Septic Services.
So no balls and a strike for Birch here in the top of the first inning, and he'll have an 0-1 pitch due him. So no balls and a strike for Birch. Now the 0-1 from Tyler Otts. Runners first and third. Runner at second takes off. The pitch misses. It's called a ball. And the count's even at 1-1 now with second and third. Wilson trying to show that pitch a moment or two longer to the home plate umpire. Doesn't bother throwing down for Matthews at second. So they concede that base to him. Second and third, nobody out now. The 1-1 pitch. Popped, fouled back out of play off Birch's bat. And the count will be a ball and 2 strikes. So the count's a ball and 2 strikes now for Eli Birch. And Birch with the 0-2 pitch due him. The pitch way off the plate. That'll go to the screen. No advancing this time. They didn't send Griffin with the count even to the batter now at 2-2. So the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Birch. And now a 2-2 pitch will be due the catcher. Here's the 2-2. Off the plate, ball 3 to Birch. And the count goes full to him now, 3 balls and 2 strikes. As Tyler Otts is still trying to find his rhythm here in the top of the first inning off Jackson with Jackson Prep at bat. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. Now the payoff pitch to Birch. Hit hard. Shortstop dives for it, won't grab that one. It's in the center field. And that's a single that's going to score a couple of runs for Birch. Griffin and Matthews will both score. Make it a 2-0 game, and now Trey Bridges will bat. Josh White going to be the courtesy runner over at first base as Bridges comes to the plate. Bridges a 368 hitter. He's got 21 hits and 17 RBIs on the season for Jackson Prep as their cleanup batter. Otts will work to him in a 2-0 game. Here's the pitch to him. Swung on and he slung the bat. Swung on and missed, and the bat hits the brick wall down the first base line. They're going to bring him a new bat. Yeah, he broke the handle off that bat. So no balls and a strike for Bridges. He breaks the handle off the bat that he slung. He check swings that one into the screen to make it no balls and 2 strikes. So no balls and 2 strikes for Bridges, and the 0-2 pitch due him. Otts looks his runner at first, goes to the plate on the 0-2, and that one misses and makes it a ball and 2 strikes. Otts has been pretty successful getting the first 2 strikes. It's the third one that's been pretty elusive here early. 1-2, hit back to Otts. He'll go to second for 1. That'll be the only out they'll get. They get the lead runner, though. Bridges reaches on a fielder's choice now with 1 out. So the Pioneers get the lead runner on a ground ball back to the pitcher. He went to second to get the lead runner, and now River Reynolds, the center fielder, will bat. River Reynolds, a .400 hitter on the season for Jackson Prep. The right-hander stands in. They will hold Bridges on at first with the left-hander Otts working. Made it close over at first on Bridges. The first pitch still awaiting Reynolds here in the top of the first inning. The pitch hit hard. That's in the center field for a base knock. Let's see if they try to send Bridges to third. They'll hold him. Throw comes to third, and it's a single for Reynolds. And it'll be first and second with 1 out now.
First baseman with 23, Graham Busby.
Graham Busby will bat. Busby, the first baseman, is a .449 hitter, as Tyler Otts is having to work right through the heart of this Jackson Prep order here in the top of the first inning. Otts will look the runner at second. He'll go to the plate, and the pitch is behind him for a ball 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes for Graham Busby, and the 1-0 pitch due him here in this top of the first inning for Jackson Prep. The 1-0 called a strike. Back even now to Busby at 1-1. And the count even to Busby at 1 ball, 1 strikes. And 1-1 pitch doing. Otts looks back at second. He'll fake back that way. Bridges keeping a pretty big lead out there at second base. And Otts decided that time to fake back that direction, at least bring him back to that bag. 1 ball, 1 strike to Busby, the 1-1 pitch. Called a strike, it's 1-2. So a ball and 2 strikes for Busby now in the 1-2 pitch. Due him with 1 out. Now the 1-2 pitch. That one misses for ball 2. Count now 2 balls and 2 strikes to Busby. Two twos off the plate is ball 3. So the count runs full to Busby now. 3 balls, 2 strikes with a 3-2 payoff pitch to him here in the top of this first inning. Runners take off. The pitch is ball 4. Now the bases are loaded for Jackson Prep. They'll be loaded for the designated hitter, Matthew Cochran.
Designated hitter number 11, Matthew Cochran.
So Cochran, the designated hitter, will bat. Bases loaded, 1 out for Jackson Prep. He will be the 7th man to the plate for Jackson Prep here in the first inning. Swung on and missed by Cochran that time. It's 0-1. So no balls and a strike to the batter in the 0-1 pitch to him. Otts looks in at Wilson. There's the 0-1. That one's called strike 2. The first, like I said, the first 2 strikes have not been a problem for Tyler Otts. It's getting that strike 3 that has eluded him. He's gone 0-2 to 3 straight batters now. The 0-2 pitch to Cochran. Fouls that one back out of play.
That foul ball is sponsored by Ace Energy.
Count stays at no balls and 2 strikes for Cochran. Top of the first inning. 2 in for Jackson Prep with the bases loaded here in the top of the first. No balls and 2 strikes for Cochran, and now the 0-2 pitch to him. 0-2 misses. That one pops down the first base line. Here comes the base runner, and he's going to score. Bridges saw that one pop back down that first baseline and decided to advance. Reynolds and Busby will advance as well. So second and third now with 1 out. With Cochran's at bat continuing. Now Otts will have to throw him another pitch. That one misses for a ball. It's 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes for Cochran, and the 2-2 pitch to him. Otts will come set on the 2-2, misses for ball 3. And that will take it full now to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Three-two payoff. Got a piece of it and stays alive, and Otts will have to throw another 3-2 payoff now to Cochran. Cochran able to get a piece of the 3-2 pitch and gets another one now from Tyler Otts. That one's called strike 3, and Cochran strikes out. Cochran was headed to first base. He thought the pitch was off the plate, but the home plate umpire rings him up for strikeout number 1. Here's Owen Abney, the third baseman, 309 hitter, 8th man to the plate for Jackson Prep. Pioneers trying to get out of this one. Pitch goes to the screen for a strike. It's 0-1. No balls and a strike. Abney, the 0-1 pitch to him. Misses for a ball, and it evens at 1-1. So the count even to Abney now, 1 ball, 1 strike. And the 1-1 pitch to him. Popped him up. That one will be back out of the ballpark. That's into the stands.
That foul ball sponsored by your fourth
He
district
caught that one.
supervisor, Jake Gazzo.
Somebody over in the Park Lane stands caught that one and put it back into the field to play. So 2 balls and 2 strikes for Abney, and now a 2-2 pitch to him. The 2-2 misses for ball 3. And the count goes full to Abney now at 3-2. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, and he has to throw him a payoff. 3 runs on a couple of hits. 2 still on for Jackson Prep. That one's off the plate. That's ball 4. That's ball 4, and the bases are loaded once again. Inside Craig, the right fielder, will come to the plate. Craig, the senior, is playing in only his 11th game this season. Getting a start out in right field tonight for Jackson Prep. The first one to him misses for a ball, 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes for Craig, and the 1-0 pitch to him. Otts looks in at Wilson and grabs the 1-0 pitch sign. That one called a strike and evens it at 1-1. So the count even to Craig now, 1 ball, 1 strike. And Craig with a 1-1 pitch to him. One. Hits the screen. It's 1-2. So a ball and 2 strikes now for Craig. And the 1-2 pitch to him with 2 outs here in this first inning. Now a ball and 2 strikes for Craig. And the 1-2 pitch hits him. Craig's hit by the pitch, and that'll score a run. Reynolds will come in and score. Busby to third, Abney to second, Craig's at first. And Jackson Prep is batted around here in the top of the first inning.
Shortstop number 21,
Connor Griffin reached on an error by Radahan back to get the top of the first started. He bats for the second time in this inning. As Tyler Otts will work to him in a 4-0 game. Bases still loaded for Jackson Prep. Here's the pitch. Swung on. That one's hit out to right center, and that one is off the wall. Didn't miss getting out of here by much, but he's rounding second, headed for third, and he will have a bases clearing triple. Hits that one off the right center field wall for a triple. It will clear the bases. And that will make it a 7-0 game now. And Duncan Matthews, who walked his first time, will bat. Tyler Otts just trying to find a way to get out of this top of the first inning, as he now has to pitch to Duncan Matthews for the second time. And now Matthews to bat the pitch. That one fouled down the first baseline. Counts 0-1 to him. So no balls and a strike for Matthews now in the 0-1 pitch. Do him here in the second inning. That one misses and evens it now at a ball and a strike. So the count even to Matthews now, 1 ball, 1 strike. And Matthews, the hitter, will have a 1-1 pitch doing. Top of the first inning here at the ballpark, the pitch. That one on the inside half caught the plate for a strike. It's 1-2. So a ball and 2 strikes for Duncan Matthews now in the 1-2 pitch to him with 2 outs here in the first inning. The 1-2 pitch is foul to the screen, and the count stays a ball and 2 strikes. The count will stay a ball and 2 strikes for Duncan Matthews, and a 1-2 pitch will be due him. Otts will throw him another 1-2. That one's off the plate and evens it at 2 balls, 2 strikes. So 2 balls, 2 strikes now for Matthews. Here's the 2-2. Hits that one. That's into left center for a base hit. As that one gets past Bruner rushing, it's a single for Matthews. It will score Griffin. And now Eli Birch,
Catcher number 10,
who singled and was erased on Bridges' fielder's choice, will bat for the second time now. First, here comes the head coach of the Pioneers, Coach Sam Richard. He wants to talk with Tyler Otts. 8-0 the score as Jackson Prep has sent 11. Birch will be the 12th man to the plate. Here in the top of the first, they've got 8 runs on 4 hits and a Park Lane error. Park Lane's getting the bullpen going. Looks like Lott and Reeves both getting loose. No, excuse me, that's 12 and 7. That's J.R. Lott and Doc Adams getting loose. So, action in the bullpen for Park Lane now as the conversation concludes, and Otts will get a chance to work to Birch for the second time. Otts will work to him with a runner at first and 2 outs. The pitch. This is for a ball, 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes for Eli Birch now in the 1-0 pitch. Due him. Otts looks the runner at first, goes to the plate. Tap to the second baseman. He'll go to first. Did he stay on the bag? He did, and the out's recorded. Throw kind of pulled Crow off the bag, but he stayed on it long enough to record. Well, welcome back to Park Lane Academy, Pioneer Field, Davis Bell Park. Bottom of the first, Pioneers will send Ott, Ayup, and Reeves. In fact, here's the Park Lane order. Tyler Ott, Caden Ayup, Jake Reeves, the first three. Spencer Wilson, Colin Smith, and Sam Crow will bat 4, 5, and 6 with Tanner Al-Hanani, Bruner Rushing, and Casey Radahan batting 7, 8, and 9. Gibbs throws the first pitch to Otts, and that one's called a strike. It's 0-1. Otts, who wears number 11 for the Pioneers, will swing and send that one to shallow left center. Reynolds will come over and grab that one for out number 1. By the way, the defense is Bridges, Reynolds, and Craig along the outfield. Abney, Griffin, Matthews, and Busby along the infield with Birch behind the plate for Will Gibbs here this evening. Caden Ayup will bat now. Ayup's a .290 hitter for the Pioneers as he comes to the plate with 1 out and the base is empty. Here's the pitch. The music stayed on that time. No balls and a strike. The count for Caden Ayup. The 0-1 fouled to the screen. And the count now 0-2 to Ayup. Otts retired. Ayup's batting. Jake Reeves is next for Park Lane. And the Pioneers are hoping to see Spencer Wilson here in the bottom half. Swung on and missed. They'll have to throw him out down at first. High throw, but Busby's able to collect it. And Ayup is struck out for out number 2. And Jake Reeves will bat now. 340 on the season for Park Lane. As Reeves will bat with 2 outs and the base is empty here in this first inning. The first pitch to him is a called strike. And he's down in the count 0-1. So no balls in. Reeves, the 0-2, lays off that one. And it's a ball and 2 strikes to the Park Lane batter. The series is this week. Preps here at Park Lane tonight. JA and Hartfield are tangling. PCS and MRA. 1-2 misses and evens the count at 2-2. So it's Prep Park Lane, JA Hartfield, PCS MRA at Park Lane Hartfield, and MRA for games 1. And then, of course, we reverse at the end of the week for games 2 and 3. 2-2, did he lay off? They say it's called strike 3. We'll have to throw down the first again to record the out, which they do. And Gibbs will strike out 2 of the 3 batters he faced. Work. 8 hits, 4 hits on 8 runs on 4 hits. He gets a strikeout. He also walked 1, 2, 3, and hit a batter. So an inning of work for Tyler Odds. He will turn it over to Doc Adams, who will be the second pitcher used for Park Lane. Adams, in 16 innings of work, has a 1-0 record with a save on the season. Has given up 22 hits, 23 runs. Of those 23, 18 have been earned. He's walked 15, struck out 13 on the season. Has Doc Adams. So Adams will come on. He will pitch to the 4, 5, and 6 spots in the Jackson Prep order, with Jackson Prep up 8-0 after a rough start to this one in the top of the first. Let's see if the Pioneers can settle things down. Doc's got to get his chain off before he can go to work.
Chasing in the field for Park Lane, number 12, Doc Adams comes to the mound. For Jackson Prep, left fielder number 4, Trey Bridges.
So Trey Bridges, who reached on a fielder's choice his first time and scored a run, will come to the plate now for Jackson Prep, as Doc Adams will go to work against him. The right-hander throws a first pitch ball. So 1 ball and no strikes for Bridges, and the 1-0 pitch to him. Adams will work the 1-0. Swung on and missed by Bridges, and the count back even to him now at 1 ball, 1 strike. So the count even for Bridges. 1 ball, 1 strike, and Adams will throw him a 1-1 pitch. That one misses for ball 2 to Bridges. So now it's 2 balls and a strike. Now Adams will work the 2-1 pitch to Bridges. That one skied and fouled back out of play. And the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes for Bridges. So 2 balls, 2 strikes for Bridges, and the 2-2 pitch to him. That one's fouled back out of play again. So 2 balls, 2 strikes for Bridges, and another 2-2 pitch due. 2-2. Oh, good pitch, but it misses for ball 3. Said it was a little high, apparently. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Bridges. Here's the 3-2 payoff. And that will be ball 4. Or is it ball 3? It's ball 4. So Bridges will walk to lead off the second. So Bridges walks to lead off the second, and River Reynolds, who singled and scored back in the first, he will bat here in the second. Runner at first, nobody out. So now Adams will work to Reynolds. Swung on and missed. And he's down in the count now. No balls and a strike to Doc Adams. We play here in the top of the second at Park Lane. No balls and a strike for Reynolds now in the 0-1 pitch. Do him here in the second inning. Called a strike here. It's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to 0-2. That misses. And will take it to a ball and 2 strikes for River Reynolds now, and he'll have a 1-2 pitch to him. So now Adams will work that 1-2 to Reynolds. Runner takes off, and that one slips past Wilson. And going down to second safely will be Bridges with no throw. You look at the 6A standings, Jackson Prep came into action 5-1 today. MRA stood at 4-2. Hartfield was 3-3. And then Park Lane, Presbyterian Christian, and JA all 2-4 conference records at the moment. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and Reynolds with a 2-2 pitch due him. Adams misses high that time, and the count full now. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Park Lane, by the way, will get Hartfield next week. And after that, Presbyterian Christian. To close out the regular season part of this Pioneer schedule. So 3 balls, 2 strikes to Reynolds, and now a 3-2 payoff is ball 4. And Adams, with back-to-back walks, will place runners at first and second for Graham Busby, the first baseman, who walked and scored himself back in the first inning. As Doc Adams works here in the second for Park Lane. The pitch called strike, and it's 0-1 to Busby. So no balls and a strike for Busby now as Adams works to him. Here's the 0-1. That one misses for a ball and evens the count at 1-1. Now the 1-1 popped him up. Shallow left. That one's trouble, but the left fielder, Ayuk, will come on and grab it, and that'll be out number 1. That was in shallow left, but Ayuk able to come in and shallow left field, grab that one. And Matthew Cochran, the designated hitter, will bat now with 1 out. So Cochran will bat with 1 out here in the second inning. He was a strikeout his first time. He struck out against Tyler Otts. He will bat here for the very first time off Doc Adams, the pitch. That one misses for a ball. That pitch must be too far inside for the home plate umpire's liking. 1 ball, no strikes to count for Cochran now, and the 1-0 pitch due him. Checks his runner at second, goes to the plate. That one's called a strike, and the count even to Cochran now at 1-1. And the count even to him now. And 1 ball, 1 strike for Cochran, and the 1-1 pitch coming. That one's popped up. That one gets back out of play, though. And the count to Cochran will go to 1-2. So that one back out of play to Cochran. 1 ball, 2 strikes to him. And now a 1-2 pitch to him. Starting of week 3 of 6A baseball here at Park Lane Academy on this Monday night. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Cochran, and the 1-2 pitch due him. And that one is popped up. Foul territory. That one gets back out of play off his bat as well, and the count will stay at 1-2. So the count stays a ball and 2 strikes for Cochran, and the 1-2 pitch will be due him once again. The 1-2 pitch now. That one's called strike 3. And Cochran has struck out for the second time today. 2 are gone now, and Owen Abney will be the batter.
Third baseman, number 8, Owen Abney.
Abney walked and scored his first time. Back-to-back walks to Bridges and Reynolds. But now Doc Adams has been able to record 2 straight outs on a fly ball and a strikeout. And now he's got Abney to deal with 2 outs. Abney, the right-hander, bats. Adams gets the sign. Here's the pitch. Misses for a ball. It's 1 ball and no strikes to Abney. So 1 ball, no strikes for Abney in the 1-0 pitch. Do him here in the second inning. So 1 ball and no strikes in the pitch. Popped him up. That one's in foul territory, but might be playable, and it's caught by Radahan, the third baseman, who will catch that one.
Park Lane in the bottom of the second. Catcher number 26, Spencer Wilson.
Well, Spencer Wilson will lead things off as we go to the bottom of the second inning. We stay at 8-0 as Doc Adams comes on and pitches a scoreless second. Park Lane will bring their catcher to the plate. Now the first pitch is going to miss for a ball, 1-0. Spencer is a .314 hitter on the season for Park Lane. The 1-0 pitch will miss for ball 2, and that will take the count now to 2 balls and no strikes. So 2 balls, no strikes for Spencer Wilson, and the 2-0 pitch due him. As Will Gibbs got the Pioneers 1-2-3 back in the bottom of the first. That's a strike called. Wilson waited for a strike to come across the plate, and there it comes. It's 2 balls and a strike now to him. 2 balls and a strike to Wilson in the 2-1. Misses for a ball that time, and it will go to 3-1 now to Spencer Wilson. So 3 balls and a strike for Spencer Wilson and a 3-1 pitch due him here in the second inning. That one slapped. Second baseman can't grab that one. It's in the right field. And the Pioneers have their first base hit of the evening as Wilson will get the single. Got it past Matthews at second. Matthews stretched out for it, but couldn't grab it. Jax Toller is going to run for Wilson at first, and Colin Smith will be the batter. So Toller runs at first. Smith will bat. Smith, a 349 hitter for the Pioneers, as he bad side of that 5-hole for for Park Lane tonight. The Wilson's at first. Here's the pitch to Smith. That one hit hard. Third baseman snagged it, dropped it. The throw to first won't get him as he throws it back up against the gate. And moving over to third will be Toller, who's running for Wilson. That's an E5, I think. It's an E5. And they will be at first and third for Park Lane. So the Pioneers will have them at first and third, and Sam Crow to bat. Boy, how nice would it be for the Pioneers to claw back into this one. Crow, as he steps to the plate for Park Lane, a 309 hitter. And the pitch for Crow. Gibbs will check on Smith at first. Kind of hug him back closer to the bag before they throw to Crow. Crow swings and misses, and he's down in the count now, no balls and a strike. So no balls and a strike for Sam Crow, and the 0-1 pitch will be due him. Now they'll throw to first. Gibbs over to Busby. They'll bring Smith back to that first base bag. No balls and a strike, a base hit and error. 2-0 with nobody out for Park Lane here in the second. The 0-1 to Crow. Slaps that foul to the screen. And the count's 0-2. And the count will be no balls and 2 strikes. So no balls and 2 strikes for Crow. The 0-2 pitch. That one slapped to the shortstop. He'll go to second for 1. That'll be the only play they can get, and the Pioneers will score a run. The only play they can get is to retire Smith. Crow on a fielder's choice will reach. Toller running for Wilson will score. That'll make it an 8-1 game. And now Doc Adams will bat. So Adams will bat. Adams going to bunt that. Nice bunt. Put it right out there where nobody could grab it. And Adams puts it right there where nobody can grab it for an infield single. Pioneers will have them first and second. Will McGee going to be the courtesy runner, and Bruner Rushing is going to bat. So Bruner Rushing, the shortstop, will bat now for Park Lane. Rushing out of the 8th hole will bat for the Pioneers. Adams lays down a perfect bunt. It goes stayed in the grass between the pitcher and the third baseman. First and second now to pitch. Swings through it, does Rushing, and he's down in the count 0-1. So no balls and a strike for Bruner Rushing, and the 0-1 pitch due him. Now the 0-1 to him. That one hit towards the shortstop, took a weird hop on him. Second for 1, back to first for 2. And this time Jackson Prep does get the double play. Well, back here at Park Lane Academy, Doc Adams will let in his second inning of work. He got Jackson Prep scoreless in the second. Well, bat here in the third. He's got the 9, 1, and 2 spots in the order. That's Craig Griffin and then Matthews that will come to the plate for Jackson Prep. Craig was hit by a pitch and scored his first time. That was off Tyler Otts, the left-hander. Now he faces Adams, the right-hander, here at the ballpark, and the pitch hits him. He's hit by the right-hander. So Craig's been hit twice. And now Connor Griffin will be the batter. He's reached on an error and tripled. Both times that was off Tyler Rod, so he will face Doc Adams. As we'll go back to the top of the Jackson Prep order here in this third inning. Action continuing down in the Pioneer bullpen as Adams works here in the third. That one's behind him for a ball, 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes for Connor Griffin, and the 1-0 pitch will be due him. Pitch misses for a ball. That will take it now to 2-0 to Griffin. Games 2 and 3 of this series Friday up at Jackson Prep. Some good Friday baseball for you Pioneer fans. 2 balls, no strikes for Griffin. The 2-0, he'll show bunt. Bunts at third base side foul. It's 2-1. So 2 balls and a strike for Griffin. Now in the 2-1 pitch will be due him. Tried to bunt with Radahan playing at normal depth over at third, but he bunts it foul down that third baseline. Two balls, a strike, the pitch. Hits that one to center field. That's a base hit. And they will stand at first and second now for Jackson Prep here in the third. So first and second with nobody out for Jackson Prep. And now Duncan Matthews, who's walked and singled, will come to the plate. So Matthews will step in against Doc Adams. First and second, nobody out for Jackson Prep here in the third inning. Shows bunt. Bunts that one foul. It's 0-1 to him. So no balls and a strike for Duncan Matthews after he showed bunt on that one. The 0-1 pitch. Shows bunt again. Bunts it back to Adams. He bobbles it and everybody will be safe. Adams bobbles the baseball and can't make a throw anywhere. E1 is how they'll set that one. And now the bases are loaded for Jackson Prep, and Eli Birch will bat. Birch is 1 for 2. Singled and grounded out in a couple of trips to the plate. This is the last batter that Doc Adams has not seen, as Birch got out in the long first inning against Tyler Otts. The pitch hits that one down the third base side foul, and the count's no balls and a strike for Birch. So no balls and a strike for Birch as he faces Adams in the 0-1 pitch. Do him here in the third inning. The 0-1 misses for a ball and will even the count. Back to Birch now at 1-1. 7:35 here at the ballpark. So 1 hour into action as Park Lane and Jackson Brep do battle. 1 ball, 1 strike, the 1-1 pitch. Hit hard right at the shortstop. To second for 1. Kind of clutched himself, but still gets the out at first. Smith double clutched and got the out at first as well. Craig scored. Griffin goes to third. Matthews is out number 1. And Burge is out number 2. And now Bridges will bat with 2 out and a 9-0 game. Now Doc Adams
Left fielder number 4, Trey.
will pitch to Bridges. Bridges reached on a fielder's choice and scored back in the first. Walked in the second inning. That was the first batter he faced. Sends a lazy one to the second baseman to first in time. And on a 4-3 putout, Adams gets out of the third. 1 run will score.
From Park Lane in the bottom of the third baseman number 2, Casey Redahan.
Well, Casey Radahan will lead it off for the Pioneers here in the bottom of this third inning. Park Lane down 9-1 to Jackson Brep as we go to the bottom of the third. And now Radahan will ask for time as Gibbs and Birch were still trying to get together on the pitches selection. Radahan, the third baseman for the Pioneers, to pitch. Swings and misses. Finds himself down in the count 0-1. So no balls and a strike for Radahan, the 0-1. Called a strike, and he's quickly down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Pioneers were able to scratch a run across in the second. Trying to continue to chip away at this one. Here's the 0-2. Swung on and missed. And Radahan down on strikes for out number 1. The third strikeout recorded by Gibbs. And now we'll go back to the top of the order and Tyler Otts. Otts, who started as the Park Lane pitcher in the second inning, returned to right field for Park Lane. He flew out his first at bat, so 0 for 1 as he bats here in the third inning. The pitch misses for a ball to Otts, and it's 1-0 to him. So 1 ball and no strikes for Tyler Otts in the 1-0. Called a strike, and it's back even to the Park Lane batter now at 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike for Otts, and the 1-1 pitch due him. That one misses for a ball, and 2-1 the count. So 2 balls and a strike for Tyler Otts, and now the 2-1 pitch. Gibbs throws him a strike there. It's 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes for Tyler Otts. And a 2-2 pitch will be due him. So now the 2-2 pitch. Check the swing. Did he stay off? Home plate umpire says he did. They will appeal it. He says he stayed off of it as well. So now it's 3-2, and Otts will be due a payoff pitch. So a payoff pitch now for Otts. Here's the 3-2 payoff to him. And that is ball 4. There's a runner at first. As Otts picks up a one-out walk. And now Caden Ayup, who struck out his first time against Gibbs, we'll see him here in the 3rd inning. Ayup to bat now. They'll hold Otts, the runner at first on. In fact, they'll throw over there right now. Ayup waits his first pitch. Slaps it foul. It's 0-1.
That foul ball sponsored by Ace Energy.
No balls and a strike for Caden Ayup here in the 3rd inning, and Ayup will be due his 0-1 pitch. 9 runs, 5 hits, an error for Jackson Prep, a run on a couple of hits, and a couple of errors against Park Lane in this one. No balls and a strike for Caden Ayup now in the 0-1 pitch. Due Ayup here in this 3rd inning. Here's the 0-1 to him. Slaps that one to the shortstop. Slow roller. They get the out at second, but that's the only out they'll get. And Ayup on the fielder's choice will replace Otts with 2 outs now in the 3rd inning. That was slow enough for Griffin. It was going to be a hard to get double play that time. And when he flipped it to Matthews, Matthews just puts it in his pocket and gets the sure out at second base. Now Jake Reeves, who struck out his first time, will bat. Reeves, first pitch to him is a called strike, and he's down in the count 0-1. So no balls and a strike for Jake Reeves, and the 0-1 pitch due him. No balls, a strike. They'll go to first. They'll bring Ayup back to the bag over there, and it's no balls and a strike for Jake Reeves. Now the 0-1 for Reeves. Swung on and missed. And Reeves down in the count now, no balls and 2 strikes. So no balls and 2 strikes for Jake Reeves, and he will have an 0-2 pitch due him here in the 3rd inning for Park Lane. Gibbs will check his runner back at first. Here's the 0-2. Runner takes off for the Pioneers to throw down, and they will get Ayup going into second, and the side retired. Park Lane 9-1 the score with Jackson Prep. 8 runs in the first. A single run for them in the third. Park Lane got their single run in the second inning as Doc Adams, who came on and pitched the second and third, will take the ball again for Park Lane as we move into the fourth inning. This game, of course, moved up 2 Mondays in a row. We've had Pioneer Baseball last week because of the threat of weather, and this week again because of the threat of weather here in southwest Mississippi. A front moving in tomorrow night that will mostly affect our area on Wednesday, but with the Tuesday night Wednesday combo, they decided to play this one on Monday. And man, there was some question on that this morning as most of us woke up to a storm moving across the area this morning here in southwest Mississippi. Rivers Reynolds will bat. He's 1 for 1 with a walk. A run scored in the game. Swings and misses here in the fourth inning. And he's down in the count now. No balls and a strike. So no balls and a strike for Reynolds. And the 0-1 to him here in the fourth inning. The 0-1 to him. Hits that one to right field. Odds backing up, and that one's off the wall. Odds will get that one back in, and Reynolds will have a double. Pioneers have a shorter porch in right field, and he may have 2 more bases with that one. And now Busby will bat.
First baseman number 23, Graham Busby.
Busby has walked and scored and flew out. Is it? Oh, Reeves Reynolds? Okay. And now they'll move out to second base with Reynolds, and Busby will be the batter. Busby awaits his first pitch now from Adams. That one misses for a ball, 1-0. Reynolds the leadoff double here in the fourth inning. 1 ball, no strikes, and the 1-0 pitch do him. Now the 1-0 to Busby. Misses for ball 2 to him. So 2 balls, no strikes to count. The other games this week, JA, Hartfield, PCS, and MRA with week 3 action underway here tonight. 2 balls, no strikes to count the 2-0. That catches the plate for a strike to Busby. It's 2-1. With 2 weeks after this remaining, Pioneers play Hartfield next week. And then 2 weeks, it's Presbyterian Christian for the Pioneers. The 2-1 misses off the plate is 3-1. And then we'll seed everybody and play playoff baseball. First 2 teams, top 2 seeds get the bye. 3 will play the 6 and 5 and 4 will play each other. That one's popped up to left. Settles under that one. Does Ayub, and Busby is retired for round number 1. Now Reynolds did tag and go to third, so he will stand at third base. And Cochran, the designated hitter, who has struck out twice, will bat here in the fourth inning. Runner at third, 1 out now for Jackson Prep with Cochran at the plate. Pioneers will have the single game with Hartfield next Tuesday. That one misses for a ball, 1-0. They get the double back over here against Presbyterian Christian. So 1 ball, no strikes for Cochran, and the 1-0 pitch due him here in this 4th inning. That one misses for a ball, and we'll take it to 2-0 to the batter. So 2 balls and no strikes for Cochran, and the 2-0 pitch due him here in the 4th inning as Doc Adams is in his 3rd inning of relief, and that's going to hit Cochran. First time he's been on base tonight after striking out twice. So now they're at 1st and 3rd, and Abney will be the batter.
Third baseman number 8, Owen Abney.
He has walked and popped up. 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored for him as he bats here in the 4th inning for Jackson Prep. 9-1 game here at the ballpark. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. And it's 0-1 to him. So no balls and a strike. The 8-hole batter, Abney, batting with 1st and 3rd. And 1 out for Jackson Prep. No balls, a strike. The count for Abney in the 0-1 pitch due him here in the 4th inning. Swung on and missed. And it'll go to no balls and 2 strikes to him. So no balls and 2 strikes for Abney now in the 0-2 pitch will be due him here in the 4th inning. Adams will work the 0-2 to him. The pitch reached and yanked it for the second baseman. Bobbled it. Did they get the out at second? They did. Smith bobbled it but got it to rushing in time to get the runner at second. Reynolds will score. Cochran's retired for round number 2. And Abney will be at first. We'll make it a 10-0 game. Excuse me, a 10-1 game. And Craig will step in, take the first pitch for a ball. The 1-0 pitch misses for ball 2. Craig's been hit by a pitch twice, and this one scored both times. Pops that one up, foul territory along the 3rd baseline, and that one we're out of hand. We'll run out of real estate for. And it's 2 balls and a strike now to Craig. So 2 balls and a strike for Cy Craig, and the 2-1 pitch from Doc Adams will be due him. Pioneers have been keeping action in their bullpen. It's Watley that's getting loose now. So 2 balls and a strike in the pitch. Hit towards center field. Reeves comes over. He'll grab that one. And that'll retire the threat here in the 4th inning. Pioneers get out of it, only giving up 1.
for center fielder number 8, Jake Reeves.
Well, welcome back here to Park Lane Academy as Jake Reeves will lead it off. He'll tap one back to the pitcher, Gibbs, who will throw to first and retire Reeves. On a 1-3 put out, and Reeves is gone as we get the bottom of the fourth started. And the Park Lane catcher, Spencer Wilson, will bat. Jackson Prep added one more to make it a 10-1 game, and now they're going to come visit with Gibbs. See if he's okay. I think this is to check on him after he took that ground ball by Reeves. They say he's okay and will stay in the contest. Wilson singled and to this point has scored the lone Park Lane run. That happened back in the second inning. As he bats here in the fourth now for Park Lane. The pitch to Wilson. And the called strike to him. And he's down in the count 0-1. So no balls and a strike for Spencer Wilson, and the 0-1 pitch due him. Checked his swing, but went around. It's 0-2. I think it's safe to say the radar gun's not working. That pitch at 7 miles an hour. No balls, 2 strikes to count. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. That one hit back towards the Jackson Prep dugout. It stays at 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes for Spencer Wilson as he awaits his 0-2 pitch here at the ballpark. The 0-2 pitch now to the Pioneer catcher. That one misses and goes to the screen. It's 1-2. And they counts a ball and 2 strikes. So a ball and 2 strikes for Spencer Wilson. And 1-2 to him. Laid off of it. They say he didn't go, and the count's full now, 3-2 to the Park Lane catcher. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, and now Spencer Wilson do a payoff pitch here in the 4th inning. The 3-2 payoff is ball 4. Wilson will walk, the 1-out walk. He's been on base twice now for Park Lane. Pioneers will send Jax Toller once again out to run for him. So Jax Toller will run for Wilson. He ran for Wilson back in the second and came around to score. Here's Colin Smith. Reached on an error his first time back in the second as he bats for Park Lane here in the 4th. The pitch called a strike from Gibbs, and it's 0-1. So no balls and a strike for Colin Smith, and the 0-1 pitch due him here in the 4th inning. Swung on and missed. It's 0-2. Gibbs, of course, headed to the Southeastern Conference next year. Pitching for Jackson Prep this year. No balls, 2 strikes to count. And the 0-2 pitch due. The 0-1 laid off the 0-1. Laid off of it, and it's 1-2. Now ball and 2 strikes for Colin Smith. Smith stays off the pitch. It's 1-2. Now the 1-2 pitch to him. Stays low and it's even. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Colin Smith. And he will have a 2-2 pitch due him here in the 4th inning. Gibbs will look in at Birch and grab the sign, the pitch. He went fishing for that one, and he swings and
The
misses.
concession stand wishes to announce that hot dogs and hamburgers are half price.
So 2 are gone now, and Sam Crow will bat. So Crow reached on a fielder's choice his first time. Will bat 1, 2, 3, 4 strikeouts for Gibbs as he records the strikeout of Colin Smith. And now Sam Crow to bat for Park Lane. The Pioneers are going to do damage. They'll have to do it with 2 outs here in the 4th inning. They'll throw to first. Toller will get back there safely. Crow to the plate, the pitch. Misses, they'll throw to first again. Toller gets back safely again for the Pioneers. So no balls and a strike for Sam Crow here in the 4th inning, and Crow with an 0-1 pitch due. Gibbs, the right-hander, working out of the stretch with a runner over at first. The 0-1 now. Swung on and missed, and it's 0-2 to the Pioneer first baseman, Crow. So no balls and 2 strikes for Crow, and now the 0-2 pitch due him. So no balls and 2 strikes for Crow, and now the 0-2 to him. Swung on and missed. And back-to-back strikeouts of Smith and Crow will retire the Pioneer threat. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left for Park Lane. 4 innings played, 10-1 our score with Jack. Well, back here at Park Lane Academy, Pioneers down 10-1 as we head to the top part of the 5th inning. As Doc Adams, who's really kind of settled things down for the Preps Patriots offensively. They've only managed a couple of runs off him after striking for 8 runs on 4 hits in the top of the first. Griffin, Matthews, and Birch. It's the 1, 2, and 3 spots for Jackson Prep coming to the plate here in this 5th inning. Park Lane, of course, this game moved up like we talked about to Monday night. Not sure what the
Jackson Prep in the top of the fifth.
other groups are doing. With, of course, games originally scheduled for Tuesday night. Here is the Griffin at bat, and the first pitch to him misses for a ball, 1-0. And it looks like Hartfield and Jackson Academy are going to play tomorrow. That one fouled back out of play in the count, even at 1-1.
Foul ball sponsored by your state representative, Sam Mills.
So 1 ball, 1 strike to count. That one will miss for a ball. It's 2-1. So 2 balls and a strike to count. And that one misses, takes it to 3-1. Like the other 2 series are both going to play tomorrow night. So 3 balls and a strike for Griffin, and a 3-1 pitch to him. Popped and fouled that one back out of play.
Foul ball sponsored by Statewide Pool.
So JA and Hartfield, PCS and MRA, those series will not start until tomorrow. JA and Hartfield right now scheduled to play Thursday, with Park Lane Prep and MRA and PCS set to play on Friday. So this one, the first game to be played in 6A conference play, with the game between Park Lane and Jackson Prep being moved here to Monday night. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's a payoff pitch. And that misses for ball 4. Nice pitch from Doc Adams that time. Will make but it will not get the benefit of a strike call and a runner at first, as Jackson Prep gets the leadoff man on, and now Duncan Matthews will bat. Reached on an error, singled, and walked. So he's been on base 3 times in the contest today. Now Adams will work to Matthews, the pitch. That one misses, gets away from Wilson, and Griffin will move over to second base. So 1 ball and no strikes for Matthews, and the 1-0 pitch do him here in the 5th inning. Here's the pitch to Matthews. Sends that one to straightaway center. Reeves will make the grab. Runner will tag, move from second to third. And Matthews will be out number 1. Griffin over at third base now with 1 out. And Eli Birch will be the batter. He's hit into a double play. He's grounded out and singled in 3 trips to the plate, so he will bat for Jackson Prep here in the 5th inning of this 10-1 game. So Birch will bat, runner at third, 1 out. Pioneers will bring the infield in a 10-1 game. And that one misses for a ball to Birch, 1-0. Infield in for Park Lane here in the top of the 5th inning. That one hit down the third baseline. Radahan was drawn in, and that gets between him and the bag. And it'll be a double and score Griffin. The Birch with his second hit of the night, the double, scores Griffin. And Birch at second base will have a courtesy runner. It's 14, White. Josh White will be the runner down at second base, and Bridges will be the batter with 1 out now and a runner at second here in the top of the 5th. make it an 11-1 game now. So the lead's gone to 10 for Jackson Prep in this 11-1 game as Doc Adams works here in the 5th inning. The pitch for Bridges. Misses for a ball, 1-0 to him. So 1 ball, no strikes for Bridges, and the 1-0 pitch coming to him here in the 5th inning for Jackson Prep. The 1-0 pitch fouls that one away, and the count's even to him now. 1 ball, 1 strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike for Bridges, and the 1-1 pitch due him here in the 5th inning. The 1-1 due. That one misses. Makes it 2-1. We talked about it earlier. Pioneers, along with Presbyterian Christian and JA, all 2-4, tied for 4th in 6A with Jackson Prep 5-1, MRA 4-2, and Hartfield at 3-3. The 2-1 misses last week. Of course, Prep beat Hartfield 6-0, 7-2, and 9-2 to give Hartfield their first 3 losses of the season in conference play. That one's hit to left, and ballpark, just a question of fair or foul. That's a fair ball, and it's a home run for Bridges. Only question on that one was going to be fair or foul, as he clears the mini monster out in right field. And Bridges will have himself a 2-run home run, and Jackson Prep will plate 3 runs in the inning. Bridges, that is home run number 3 on the season for him. So Bridges gets his 3rd home run of the season. It's off Doc Adams here in the 5th inning to make it 13-1. Now Reynolds will bat. He's doubled, he's singled, he's walked, and he takes a strike on the first pitch he sees. Looking at the other scores, PCS beat JA 16-0 in game 1. In game 2, it was PCS beating JA 8-7, and then JA wins game 3 9-7 over PCS. PCS playing MRA this week, JA playing Hartfield this week. That one's popped up, foul territory, and that is back out of play. And the count even, and that goes to 1-2 now to Reynolds. So the count of 1-2 strikes for Reynolds, and the 1-2 pitch will be due him here in this 5th inning. 3 in already here in the 5th for Jackson Prep. The 1-2 popped him up, foul territory again. That one's in the seats on the home side of this ballpark. It's 1-2. I'll have to collect up some new baseballs and get them into the home plate umpire before we can throw the 1-2 pitch. Ball and 2 strikes they count for Reynolds, and now the 1-2 pitch due him here in the 5th. Laid off that one and evens to count at 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes to Reynolds. The 2-2. Hits it to Rushing at short. He'll go to first. Got him there for out number 2. 6-3 on the putout. Reynolds is retired for out number 2. And now Graham Busby will bat. He's 0-2 with a walk. Oh, they're going to bat for him. 18 is Mooneyham.
Now a pinch hitter, number 18, Jagger Mooneyham.
So Mooneyham going to come on and bat for Busby, who was 0 for 2 with a walk. So he will come off the Jackson Prep bench and bat here in the 5th inning with 2 outs and the base is empty. Here's the pitch from Doc Adams to him. That one misses for a ball, and it's 1-0 to the batter. So 1 ball, no strikes to count. And the 1-0 pitch to him. 1-0 from Adams. Misses for a ball and will make it 2 balls and no strikes to him. So 2 balls, no strikes. Mooneyham and the 2-0 coming. Here's the 2-0. High and deep, but well foul back out of the ballpark.
That foul ball is sponsored by Ace Energy.
That ball well out of the ballpark. 2 balls and a strike. The count and the 2-1 pitch to him. As Doc Adams works here in the 5th inning, the pitch misses for ball 3. It's now 3-1. So 3 balls and a strike to him. Now the 3-1 pitch. Called a strike. And it's full to the batter now at 3-2. So 3-2 and a payoff pitch will be due. 3-2. Fouls it at the plate. Stays alive on that one, and the count stays full. So the count stays full now. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3-2. Hit to left. That one looks like it'll stay in for Ayuk. He'll make the grab, and that'll retire the side. Ayuk grabs it. That retires the side, but 3 cross in the inning for Jackson Prep. 3 runs on 1, 2 hits. No Park Lane errors and nobody left stranded. The 3 spot for Jackson Prep here in the 5th makes it 13-1. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Park Lane needs a couple of runs to keep playing in this one, and we'll do that after a 60-second break. Back in 60 seconds with Pioneer Baseball on K106. Well, Tanner Al-Hanani, who was taken out of the game, will re-enter this one and bat here in the 5th inning in a 13-1. The pitch misses for a ball, and it will go to 3-0 now to him. Adams batted the other time in that spot. So 3 balls and no strikes, and the 3-0 pitch due. That's called a strike, and we'll take it to 3-1. So 3 balls and a strike. Bruner rushing, Casey Radahan follow. That's ball 4. So the Pioneers not done yet. They get the leadoff man on down at first, and Bruner Rushing, who went into a double play his first time, will bat. Rushing hit into that double play back into the second, so he comes to the plate for Park Lane now. And we are approaching the 2-hour mark on this one. Rushing's pitch sends that into his Park Lane dugout. It's no balls and a strike for Bruner Rushing, and now the 0-1 pitch doing 13-1. Our score with Jackson Prep on top here in the bottom of the fifth inning. No balls and a strike for Rushing, and the 0-1 pitch due him. Gibbs works out of the stretch with the runner at first, the 0-1. Called a strike, and it's 0-2 to Rushing. So they count no balls and 2 strikes for Bruner Rushing, now in the 0-2 pitch for the Park Lane shortstop. The 0-2 pitch, he'll go to first instead. Back safely there. So no balls and 2 strikes, it stays for Bruner Rushing. Here comes his 0-2 pitch. Sends that one foul back down the first baseline. So now no balls and 2 strikes, it stays as Rushing fouls that one off to stay alive here at the ballpark. The 0-2 pitch, nowhere close that time. And that counts a ball and 2 strikes. Bottom 3 of the Park Lane order batting here in the bottom of this fifth inning. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Bruner Rushing, and the 1-2 pitch due him here in the fifth inning. The 1-2 now from Rushing. Misses for ball 2. And now we'll even the count to him now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the count even, 2 balls and 2 strikes, as Rushing is taking it from 0-2 now to 2-2, and a 2-2 pitch due him. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That's ball 3. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. And now Rushing back in for his payoff pitch. Here's Rushing's payoff. Swung on and missed. And Rushing will strike out. He will be out number 1 here in the fifth inning. And Casey Radahan will get a chance to bat. He's 0 for 1. He struck out his first time back in the third inning. Radahan will bat, but first, Birch and Gibbs, the conversation out there on the mound with 1 out here in the fifth. Not sure what they're talking about, but it quickly comes to an end. So here's Radahan's at bat. Swung on and missed, and he's down in the count 0-1. So no balls and a strike for Casey Radahan, and the 0-1 pitch due him here in the fifth inning. Gibbs will check his runner at first. He'll go to the plate on the 0-1. That one popped to the shortstop. He'll step on second himself. Back to first. They call him out, and that'll do it. 8:26. The final on this one is Radahan will bounce into the 6-4-3 double play. And in the fifth, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left for Park Lane. We'll come back, total it up for you But first, we'll step aside for a 2-minute break. Back in 2 minutes with the numbers. Pioneer Baseball's on K106.